I am one of those rare people who has the freedom to move in the scene and through the vanilla world using my real name in both. And it is a freedom most people can't afford because they have jobs, because they have children, because they have family or positions or reputation. I have nothing to lose. Stubborn. I've been saying the same thing for 30 years. Surprising, because I don't quite match up to what people are expecting when they come to see me. I don't know why that is. And polite. I sincerely hope it's polite. Even if a person is an asshole, I will be polite. My best quality is my intelligence. My worst quality is my memory. I can't let go. I remember everybody who fucked me over, and that's not always a good thing. It does, and it doesn't have to. It can be used, BDSM can be used as something pleasurable and fulfilling in itself, or you can use it as foreplay to go ahead and go into sex, or you can make it an adjunct, something that you're doing while you're having sex, and it intensifies both parts of the experience. There is no one right way to do it. Sushi. From something that's as aphrodisiacal as unagi with the eel sauce to something that brings all your senses alive like wasabi, from the simplicity and the complexity of it blended in such a way that it creates a unique experience. What I can't handle is music with words. If there's somebody singing, it derails me. My focus starts listening to what is being said. That's why I like classical, I like ambient, Brian Eno. I like the music of Liszt. Wagner is superb. This is a pebble in a pond. BDSM is the pebble, and the ripples go out into every part of everyone's life. The more that we make BDSM accessible to people, the more they see that it's not something else. It's not something strange that other people do. It's an unexplored aspect of their own personalities, of their own souls. Guy Baldwin and I have had that conversation. We wanted to make it accessible to the mainstream, but by doing that, we've opened the doors for the kinky vanillas to come in, and the swingers, and the goth folks. So you'll find all of these people, the fetishists and the SMers, all in the same scene. They are different. What I've seen is kinky vanillas, the swingers tend not to respect boundaries the way that BDSMers do. They come in and there's a sense of protocol, a sense of what's appropriate, a sense of politeness and structure. And, you know, the swingers parties that I've been to did not have that. It was strange. But it's inevitable because we opened the doors. We cannot say who can come in and who cannot. It's out there for anybody and everybody. I have to accept that. Trust your gut. No matter what anybody says to you, if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. Trust your gut. Your instincts know. What a wonderful question. I think sometimes I'm a lighthouse. I'm out there on the edge of the world with my little light shining around so that people know there's something out there. I've been given the incredible gift of being able to immerse myself in this world, in this experience of the bullwhips. And I'm a writer, I communicate. So I've been given the opportunity to communicate this experience to other people where it was very mystical and mysterious and misunderstood before I came in. So, yeah, there have been some rough spots, but by God, the good parts so outweigh it. I'm in for life. No, it's been very serious. The strangest thing I ever saw was there was a fellow, his name was Dungeon Trash, and he wanted to know what it felt like to have his balls boiled in oil. So little Michael got an A-frame ladder, and Dungeon Trash climbed up and put his feet on both sides of the ladder with his testicles hanging down. And little Michael had the pot of Crisco going till it was boiling. The theory is if you do it very quickly, it will form a crust and it won't actually burn. And that was true. That is what happened. But it was such a shock. Dungeon Trash clasped his legs together around the pot, got burned on the inside of his leg, so he wound up going to the emergency room anyway. And it was interesting trying to explain that one, I'll tell you. When I'm teaching, I open my soul. I give myself into it 100% because I'm teaching the people who will be teaching tomorrow. And I want them to understand the experience I've had, the fabulous input that I've gotten from previous generations, passed on through me to who's coming along behind. Yes, it is intensely personal, but that's part of the risk, part of living life without a net. Whew. I don't even know. I know I'm bringing something special, something unique. So all I can do is make sure that I am absolutely in the present 100%, that I am there for whoever comes up to me, whoever talks to me, that I'm open for anything new in an experience or in an idea. Because it gives them another perspective. They can see the world through my eyes and use what I'm bringing to give them. I'm not trying to give them my experience. I'm trying to give them the benefit of my experience so that they can have their own experience bigger, deeper, more intensely. I think I can save them a lot of time, a lot of trouble, and a lot of suffering on that because in 90 minutes, they're not just getting 90 minutes of me talking, they're getting 30 years of me talking with the thousands of people that have been talking to me, behind me, talking through me to them. So it's just my pleasure to introduce them to an aspect of the whips that they may not know about. Specifically in my life, to me, it's the same inside and outside, inside and outside. I deal with the person. I try to, not with the sex or the gender. Marquis de Sade himself. I think people would be very surprised to hear him. He might be surprised at what is happening under his name. He was a switch. What he was doing in his life was no different than what other people were doing all over the place. BDSM has been around, since mankind began. But he was the guy who was writing it. I think he would have a lot to say, and a lot of it would be extremely interesting. He was a philosopher and a writer, as well as an eroticist. Oh, I steal from people all the time. I'm constantly trying to hear something that's outside of my realm of experience so that I can apply it to what I do know and what I do understand. I don't. I do not even know how to picture myself in 1 year. I'm in the present tense. I can only picture myself at the most 4 months, 5 months down the road. 10 years. I'll be in a rocket-powered wheelchair smoking cigars with a whip in each hand.